Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today is another TasteBuds recipe. Now, if you don't know what TasteBuds is, it is Pampered Chef's subscription service where you receive 3 recipes and 3+ seasonings to make those recipes. Every month they send different ones, different seasonings, and it really kind of helps you to step out of your normal everyday rut and get some new recipes into your repertoire. So a couple days ago, I did the Mexican street corn chowder. It was fantastic. And today we're gonna do the spicy, sweet, sloppy joes. So if you're gonna cook along with me, let me tell you what you're gonna need. You are going to need 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 pound of ground beef. You can use turkey or chicken as well. 1 red bell pepper, seeded and diced. 1 medium onion, diced. That's about a cup of onion. 1 garlic clove, 1 tablespoon of honey sriracha seasoning, which is the seasoning they have sent in the subscription this month. 1 can of tomato sauce, 8 ounces, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Then for the buns and toppings, we're going to need 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 1/2 tablespoons of honey, 1/2 teaspoon of honey sriracha seasoning, and 6 sesame seed hamburger buns. And the other thing I thought I would mention, like in the first video, I wanted to give you a breakdown of the cost for this recipe. Now, because this is beef and beef tends to be really expensive right now, it did make the price jump up quite significantly, unlike the corn chowder with no additional meats or anything. So the price for this whole meal is $10.52 as of this month, September 2022. And this serves 6 people. The prep time is 5 minutes for the cutting of the onions and the bell pepper. And the total time from start to finish is 25 minutes. Again, not quite a get it together and go, but almost. It's almost there. It's a really quick recipe. So if you're ready for this adventure, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get your oil in the pan, and we're going to get it on and heating. We want to preheat that oil before we get our beef in there because we really want it to crisp and have good texture. Sorry for the buzz. It'll buzz just for a few minutes until it heats up, and then that should stop buzzing. So as you can see here, like as this is heating up, really you could chop your onion and your bell pepper, and then it would be all kind of the 3 minutes, it would be all inclusive. So maybe this does fit into the get it together and go. It's very, very close. And once that oil is nice and shimmery, we're gonna go ahead and get our pound of ground beef in. Now, I mentioned on Monday when I was doing the corn chowder that this recipe is actually, I'm making it for someone else. So I'll try it, but it's actually going to go to my friend Jill and her family. Let's put this in. Her daughter just had surgery, so I offered to make them a meal, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is a great way to share the love of Pampered Chef. All right, and I'm gonna take my mixing chopper here, and I'm going to just move it around the pan a little bit. But now I'm just gonna let it sit for a second so it can get those crispy edges. And then I'll chop it up and we'll move on to the next spot. So I'm gonna maybe leave it for like a minute. All right, let's look on the other side and see if we have some crispy bits starting. Yep, see that brown right there? That's what we wanna see. So now I will go ahead and start chopping this up. And then I'm gonna let it sit for another minute. Now I know some people are gonna be like, Heather, why did you add oil to the pan when you're gonna do beef? That's what the recipe says. Now, if I was not making this for someone else, if I was making it for me, I would have left the oil out altogether. But since I don't know this recipe yet, and it is TasteBuds recipe, I'm gonna follow the directions as they're written so that I can show you what it looks like, and maybe I'll change my mind at the end. I don't know, but I feel like I don't need that extra oil because we're not draining this. This is not gonna be drained at all. So keep that in mind. I mean, it is a lean ground beef. It's a grass-fed, like I think 93.7 ground beef. So maybe I have less of a chance of all of that oil and it being real stodgy, but we'll see. And if you have never seen the mix and chop before, I will leave a link to it in my info. of this video. I really love this tool. I've owned this now probably since its inception 10 years ago. And for a while I didn't use it, and I don't know why I didn't use it exactly. And then I was like, one day I had frozen burger. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hate that it's frozen. I'm gonna have to, and somebody's like, well, why don't you just use your mix and chop? And I'm like, what? It works on frozen hamburger. It'll cut right through it because these little things are kind of sharp. Okay, once most of it is not pink anymore, we're gonna move on to the next step. So we are going to add our onion and our pepper and our garlic, and we are gonna switch to a spatula. All right, and now we're gonna cook this for about 3 minutes, stirring occasionally until this kind of gets soft and all mixed together. All right, and while that's cooking, since we're just gonna stir occasionally, let's get our topping ready. All right, so for the topping, we have the melted butter, the 1 1/2 tablespoons of honey, and the 1/2 teaspoon of honey sriracha. And we're just going to mix it well and set it aside until we need it. All right, let's give this about another minute while we get our bun ready. And here I have my air fryer rack and a gluten-free bun. And I will take a pastry brush, and it says to rub it over the tops and the bottoms, but not the inside? Okay, we'll do it over the tops and the bottoms. And then we're gonna get it into the air fryer for a couple minutes until it's golden brown, but they're already brown, so okay, we're just gonna do our best. All right, now let's move on over here. That looks nice. The vegetables look soft. The meat looks delicious. Let's move on. All right, we are gonna add 1 tablespoon of honey sriracha. And again, it looks like there is enough in here that I can make this meal again after today. That is, thank you, Pampered Chef. Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna put in the brown sugar, the soy sauce, and all of the tomato sauce. And let's get that mixed together. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that most of that oil from the burger and when we first put in, it's all been absorbed by the vegetables. So maybe go ahead and stick with putting oil in your pan, Heather, for future, if this is a good recipe and you make it again. Smells really good. Smells like nothing I've ever eaten before, actually, but it smells good regardless. Okay, we're gonna cook this on medium-low for 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this on medium-low. There we go. So let's cook it on medium-low for about 3 minutes. So let's check on our buns. I think I'm gonna put them in for another 2 minutes. And that's only because usually I cook my bread for 4 minutes, so I assume that it just wants you to toast it. If it had been on the skillet, I'm sure it would already be done in 2 minutes, but since it's on the air fryer, we're just gonna toast your buns. Okay, that's it. We're done. So let's get this Sloppy Joe assembled and eaten. I am so curious as to how this tastes. All right, here my bun is out and ready to be assembled. So let's go ahead and take it out. Ooh, it's sticky. I feel like saying it needed to be on the top and the bottom. Possibly I need to do the inside, but I might be wrong. So this serves 6. Assume we want to put a healthy bit on there so that we have enough. Well, doesn't that look good? Wow. Okay, let's try this out. Now that we have this beautiful bun, it is a little sticky, but it looks like it tastes good. So here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, I feel like I need a napkin. It's Sloppy Joe after all. Oh, wow. Okay, so I was right. This isn't unlike anything I've ever tasted before. It still makes me feel like I'm eating a Sloppy Joe, but the flavors of it are so delicious. You can definitely taste that honey and that sriracha. And it is really tasty, even with a gluten-free bun. Oh, I have to take another bite. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. I would make that again, and I'm glad that I have extra to make it again, because this is for someone else. This is not for our dinner tonight, so this is just my extra dinner. So I'm gonna get off here and go deliver this, but oh my goodness, you guys. If you like sloppy joes and you like some spicy, I'm already starting to sweat, by the way. Whew, because it's a spicy, sweet, a sloppy joes. So it is making me a little hot, but it is so good. The flavors are so good. You will not regret making this meal. All right, you guys. Well, if you enjoyed that video, let me know. On Friday, I will be doing the third recipe for the month of September, which is creamy chicken pasta, I believe. And it looks like it's gonna be fabulous. So I hope you'll join me. If you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you got one for me, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you on the next adventure. Bye. I'm taking this with me. Sorry, you're only getting 5, not 6.